Right, hey guys, Crusty Old Crow back again to do a second tactical perspective. I want to get these done for the day because I only did buy the 2 figures of the many pre-orders that came in, and I drew my line in the sand with my retailer today, just as they drew theirs. Is it their fault? Is it my fault? Nope. Hasbro, unfortunately, you did this wave really weird, and as a result, there's an instability in how we pick up our pre-orders right now that I talked about on my QCCC today. I'm not going to talk anymore about it today. I have a different figure I want to talk about, and it's one. Pardon me. I gotta grab Krusty for it. Krusty, we did it, buddy. We did it. We got our generic Joe that we've always wanted. That isn't steel core. It's good Joe. You want to see him? Yeah. Yeah, me too. All right. Hey guys, today we're talking about, grab this mirror, take it down. Take it down, clown. The 60th anniversary G.I. Joe action soldier. This guy and this guy. Whoa, dropping set. Set don't count. I have a hack for you that I think you guys will like. The Action Soldier. Now, he is not numbered in the line. Just like with my last review on Retro Card Recondo, he doesn't count in that line, per se, for your box collection and numbering things, right? He is isolated just as the Navy Recon Diver would be isolated, but there's your side art, all that other good stuff. So I'm just going to move the camera so I can see what you see right now. There you go. So that side art and then the digital renders on the back. But nowhere do you see a number, which is great. So why are his team in there? No, I'm not going to rant about anything. This isn't a complaining video. I'm very happy to have had this figure. But you can see we're back to the plastic coffin. And the back just has that 60th, as in 60th anniversary, imprinted on the back or printed onto the back. No logos, no Tiger Force, no Joe logo, Cobra logo, none of that, just 60. A little on the pricier side here in Canada. What did I pay? They're normally 52 in around there up here in the north. But if you have a game membership, for while I have one, no, I'm going to keep my GameStop membership. 47 is what I paid for that one. So I left the Navy one for the diver for next week. We'll see if it's still there. Same as the Techno Viper. Oh, I know some of you probably don't like that I left that Techno Viper. Don't understand, but I do. I understand. I understand just fine. If I'm going to take my risks, I'm going to take my risks. Aiming at the ones that I want and make sure I get them. And then the ones that I didn't want as bad, we'll let them sit. So this guy I was most hyped about with the line. I actually had 2 of these on pre-order. And then when I went to go pick them up today, as I was saying, I put the second one back because I'll come back to it. But there's some used figures, not used, I shouldn't say used. I have friends that I have made through other deals now who have figures that they have made arrangements with me and are willing to sell me that I want to bring onto the show. There's some back catalog figures and some current figures, more current, that I don't have in the collection that I really want. I really like, and I made agreements with this guy. So I'm going to follow, 2 guys. I'm going to follow through on those agreements, and I'm not going to feel a pressure to jump through characters until I'm ready to. But yeah, I was commenting on that earlier. I gotta give my head a shake. I almost fell into the trap of toy collecting beyond what was logical. So that's the last look at the box. I am gonna show you this guy, and guys, pay attention to this neat little hack I came across. I kind of made it up on the fly just before I was getting ready to do this episode. Yeah, so while I try to get the balance on him, he'll be in a very actiony pose. In fact, you know what? We're gonna take him down from here. We're just gonna bring him right down to this level for today, okay? So we'll put him on the Lazy Susan. She's the most active Susan I've met in my house. The only Susan I know. Here we go, and I'm sorry if I was ill-prepared, but Dr. Pepper, if you are watching, you could sponsor, it's fine. I'll get all this set up as we go, but here we are. We have our Action Soldier. Now look at all this impressive, dirty stand that I got him on, but he comes with so much kit, right? And you're gonna watch a lot of reviews on guys like this, and they're gonna have a way different loadout every time, right? But the premises remain the same as you've seen on all of them. Now you've got a good head articulation going for this guy because, well, he's got that balaclava head, and it really only matters about what you put to obstruct on it. If you don't want anything obstructing it, then you're going to have the ability to look up and down. Very good. But if you decide that you do want things on it, and there he goes. I'm going to just tighten this up for us. We'll get back to how this should be done really quick, because I want to demonstrate this to you. I'll show you. So if I remove this neck gaiter that he's got, is just his hood rolled down. It's this simulated in the rolled down position. You can see just your standard balaclava head, dual position neck. Because of that that tight stalker collar line, you don't have as much rotation as you have, but you got that. I didn't want to keep that going for too long. But yeah, I love the paint on all of this. He's got that mean dog look. And if if you were going to be like me and buy more than one, you had that alternate head feature as well. I could have gone with either ethnicity. I love troop builders that are doing this. This is inclusive. This is everybody gets to play. Everybody having a good time. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. There are things on this figure that I don't like, but they are few and far between. And honestly, it's a reprint thing, and a lot of this is reprints. But I love this modular pouch design. I know not everybody's a fan. You can always remove this pouch, and you'll have a nice dry fit shirt under there, I'm sure. Circa kind of what you see with rock and roll, but on a stalker or torso, just no paint under there, I'm sure. But this is the design I wanted. Overseas, you configure your vest for what works for you, for what works within your MOS ID, your trade, and your job. Not all vests are laid out the same. You notice I got a little bit of whoppa. I want the child, please. Is that what? Golden Child? I want the child, or is it I want the scroll? I want the scroll. Anyways, yeah, a little bit of wiggle in mine, just a little chest rattle. And it's funny how that's also what was coming through with Rakondo. Now, I'm going to take off this pack for a second because it just came unfurled, and damn it. But I want to show you just how I went about doing what I just did. All right, so this little vest, I'm going to take it off after. But this little vest I found could be doubled as a rucksack cover, guys. I'm going to do it exactly how I did it before. I used Ma Deuce for that, the 50 cal. And what I do is that little pouch, I put the vest on over the peg so that the head hole goes over that peg. There's a little elasty pouch. And I just get the bundles there. And then I just use a little tappy tap. Lovey love, and say, go in your hole because you love it there. And it says, I do love it there. It's warm and soft. And it's not cooperating now because he knows you're watching. It's shy. He's like, I don't want to go in my hole if they're watching. But it'll go in its hole. And if you just tuck it in there, really doesn't take that long, actually. It's just taking longer because I'm recording it. But yeah, you get basically a rucksack cover. Right, and you still have access through the armholes to your posts to put Ma Deuce away and put them back on, right? So that's very realistic. I actually have my rucksack cover sitting in my garage. You guys have seen it in some of my videos before. It's my desert one, and it's probably going to come back in here. It's pretty much one of my favorite features is that soft good on there. This character can look so many different ways. But I'm going to get some of the other accessories out of the way. He's got Rock and Roll's radio. I've got that in his hand. That is part of the modular system as well. He's got a Who Cares pistol. Yeah, he can put that back in his hard pack holster that he got from I Don't Care Who. Yeah, the articulation, we've been there. These modular holes are everywhere. You got 1, 2 on the back, 1 on the belt there, 2 on the belt there, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 on the front. So The vest having a total of 6 and the belt having a total of, what did I say, 2 or 3? 2, right? Lots of places to stick this stuff, you know. And here we go. So we got a vest, we got a just a utility pouch right here that'll usually go in the stomach, I guess. Yeah, we'll put that on there. You know, I could put it on his back if I wanted to, out of his way. Maybe I didn't want to slap that big old rucksack on there, but I still wanted him to have access to stuff. Oh, there you go. There you go, Billy. He's kitted up. He sure is, Pa. All right. Oh, a Joe pouch. Where's he keeping his Joe communicator? In his Joe pouch. In you go, Joe pouch. Now, I'd heard that somebody was saying there was a little gappy gap there. Yeah, there's going to be a gappy gap. But they'll sit flush, they'll fit snug. I think it's a good to go. I think this is upside down, though. Shikadeer. There we go. No, I liked it better the other way. Shikadeer. And that's what I meant. I like over the old figures. Remember in the old day, if I had done that 3 times, that nub would have been worn down on the backpack. It would never have seated on that back ever again. But no, the new figs are great. And there you got some patchwork going on his sleeve there. I know this isn't your normal head-to-toe inspection, but I just really wanted to get the vest loaded up, and then I'm going to show you some configurations that he can do. So we're going to put the walkie-talkie, same spot as we put it on rock and roll, right on that shippy hip. But you know what? I actually find it easier to mount stuff into the vest than I ever did the belt, but we'll call that mounted. Good to go. Let's put on this little son of a bitch mag right here. There you go, you little son of a bitch mag. This one was the hardest one I found, this little guy. Just because if he goes and you squeeze him, he can go flying like a mousetrap effect, like twang, and then it's gone. And then you're like, I got one too many holes, my guy. Oh, I need more mag pouches. I should have bought 3. Okay, so we'll just slap this particular vest piece on. Huh? Demonstrated. Huh? We'll go zipper down on that. And then we got this last one, just a couple of extra mags. We'll just strap those to his chest, just like we did overseas. There you go. So there's a functional vest. That works. Let's put him back on his provided Joe stand. Joe stand. Off color, doesn't fit with others. Out of the line, no numbers. All right, well, he's different enough. But this character, I haven't explored how many different heads work with him. But this character needs to get repeated in my line. I was just trying to be the nice guy by putting the second one back. But also, I wasn't going to pick it up today. They were going to put it back anyways, those sons of bitches. But I do intend on getting a few of these. Maybe 3. I think 3 is my number for this one. 3, if not 4. But no more than that. I love this figure. So yeah, great cam job. It's sloppy when you really look at it. It's your sloppy cam, but I mean it works against that 10. It works overall. It's interesting that after all that modular kit, they didn't give us a modular canteen. But I mean, I can forgive that. That's just the little stuff. And those desert boots are pretty much exactly like any other desert boot, except for they have these lace guards, and it's like, man. I don't know why these are as popular as they are in the line. But maybe another service member used some sort of lace guard and swears by it. I don't know. Let's get into that head for a second. Just really quick, get a couple things away. Let's get some head, guys. All right, you guys come back when you're done. Pardon me, that was rude. He's got these dog tags. Yeah, those can go around his neck. Or, you know, if his head gets lobbed off, there you go. The Baron or Major Blood gets more dog tags. I'm sure a lot of guys want it just to collect dog tags. How easy is the head to pop? Let's do it without a hairdryer. Oh dear, this is where we find out it's not easy at all. I'm not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. 1,000 points of light. I did it. All right, I'm gonna slap those dog tags on there so I don't lose them for later. That looks cool. Yeah, leave your dog tags hanging out, you FMG. Freaking noob. Of course, if I wanted to put the dark skin on there, I have an extra set of hands that match that. You know, they don't leave you in that pickle, boys. They're thinking of yous.
There you go. But I'm not going to. I'm going to leave mine as the Caucasian, because this is really my own avatar. This is my crow sneaking around. Soldier Crow, I'm thinking. There you go. Soldier Crow goes back. And this was, I love the little hood pieces. Like, yeah, it's down. And then, no, it's up. And that's pretty cool right there. I would love a dozen of these, man. Those are really cool head features. Bump helmets. You've seen bump helmets before, but those nets, that hood, that's a badass little detail there. The stand, I gotta put them back on that. Yeah, almost done. Again, for a figure I like, it's gonna be a quick one, guys, because there's a lot to like about it, but I'm also really eager to get working on some other projects that I picked up working on today. So yeah, there's my coffee and my Dr. Pepper, and I don't drink a lot of Dr. Pepper. And you can see that became unfurled again. A simple elastic around the bottom would probably serve us all well. A black one, if I could recommend, you know, or even if you want to get fancy, maybe just a piece of elasticized string or a hairband. I don't know. How you want to do it's how you want to do it. But that, I think, is the best use of the camo cover if you're not employing it and you're sick of looking at a repeat of Outback's backpack. Then you can do what I showed you there. Now, Ma Deuce is a simple system. Great. And I got to put the camera back down and treat this with the more of the respects, all of the respects. Yeah, so as you imagine, okay, this swivel mount, there you go. That's how you, just like you figured out all on your own. And then we got that bottom peg to mount it on the backpack, right? So cha-cha-chow. All right, we also have butterfly grip handles. Now, these are great in a mounted hard point position where he's not going to get any like hard feedback, but particularly we've used those on vehicles as well. But, you know, some guys, you know, at a range, you wouldn't use these when you're zeroing your weapon. So you could slide this right out and you can put in your standard single grip, you know, and, you know, aim your shots a lot better. But I mean, it's great that they had the options. I love the butterfly handles, but on my tripod, I think Ma Deuce here needs the singular handle, right? More mobile. Butterfly grips, yeah, I mean, I'm not infantry, but these are, I don't know, excessive, I find, for ammo expenditure. This is probably just more, I find, giving control to the weapon with the two-handed support as opposed to swinging around and spraying fire. This would be great on hovercraft and maybe a tank cupola or something. But for Ma Deuce here, for the basic infantry, this is the kind of way I want it. Anyways, that's more just preference than anything, and throwing in some educated opinion. And of course, you've got your bandolier of ammunition, which you saw I also had that tucked in underneath the whole apparatus, but that just gets fed right on there. And if you're like me, you're like, wow, he's going to run out of ammo soon. And you're thinking, man, I only wish I knew how he could get resupplied. I'm just going to remind you, we have a buddy. His name is Loki Wartooth. He can provide you things like this, like he provided me. And let's see, does that work with that? Wouldn't you know, I've got a box of ammo for this mofo right here. Oh, now what? Shazam! Oh, my camera works terrible today. Anyways, yeah, so just remember, guys, 3D printed parts are often the solves of a lot of our complaints and gripes about kit. You know, Hasbro is only going to do so much, so while we're complaining and griping, we are aware of the solutions. And that is one thing I would recommend picking up for this particular set is some ammo cans to represent your ammo supply if you're going to have that set up. Overall, I got to start grading this. I just want to make sure I covered off every piece of... Oh, no, I got to talk about this thing. This Big Ben reprint double barrel ho-ho gun. It comes with a, man, I wish they had just given us a standard M4 or C7, whatever carbine. But you do get the saw from the same Big Ben kit, and that's always going to work well on my guy. He's going to carry that all day, you know, talking on Rock on Rolls Radio, because you know he ain't keeping Ma Deuce. He'll have that, and he'll be he's a very cool character overall. I think that, yeah, that's a Maglite. Why they gave him a honkin' black Maglite and attached it there of all places, as opposed to just on the hip somewhere or attached to the back somewhere, I don't know. Maybe it was just a way to break up the color and say, hey, look, we're using lots of colors here. But it doesn't really sell on that. That's one feature I didn't like. Didn't really like the rattle. Not a big fan of this gun per se. But everything else in this figure, yeah, I totally respect myself for having ordered two. Unfortunately, I also totally respect myself for understanding that other people should have a chance to have at least one. And so if you're going to EB Games today or GameStop in Earl Grey, Canada, you might see another one of these on the shelf that I put back. But if it's there in a couple of weeks, I'm going back and getting more, because I enjoy this figure. On a play grade, I have no choice but to give this about a 4.5 out of 5. Guys, you guys know I'm using that new grading system. I'm going to bring them back up and put them up to pose up on here while I talk about it. But yeah, the new grading is out of 5, and I find it easier to explain than ABCD now. But why 4.5 is for play. He's fantastic. Quality control doesn't give you in the way. He's got a billion options, but yeah, that price point's going to get you a little bit. You know, you're going to be looking, if you're a little kid saving your dollars, or if you're a parent looking for a gift for a collector, you're going to have to make the choice between paying the extra $10 for all these other piece count pieces, or going back and getting a Joe that you know is in the line. This does not have the universal recognizable factor that G.I. Joe characters often have. In some way, some fashion, somebody knows somebody who knows which Joe that is. But the 60th anniversary line might confuse somebody new to a line going, well, I don't know. It's a moot point. The only pickups I have on this as far as play factor goes that I would have corrected is a box of ammo for sure to represent the other end of this, to be on the other end of this, would have been appreciated. Again, 3D printer parts will seize the advantage of that. I do like the fact that the box on the Big Ben straw is snugly on, but I will say that ammo, you know, the ammo consideration that Classified usually gives is very good. The other part of this that I wishing was represented, and I'm going to nail them for this, and I'm going to say I'm going to make it affect play and tack. All right. So for play, it's doing well at 4.5. I could even probably say it's a 5. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to hit him on tack a little bit, but not a lot. But yeah, 4.5. I'll stay with my initial, but he's got a bump helmet. We've seen this bump helmet repeated in the line grunt, you know, rock and roll. Most recently, Airborne with the more recessed groove. That one isn't recessed enough for Airborne's monocle. But yeah, so tack on a 4.5 for play and all this gear, you'd figure I'd give him an amazing tack grade, and I'm going to. I'm going to give him another 4.5. Where's that other 0.5 coming off of when the guy's got butterfly grip and single hand grip for this beautiful 50 cal that we've been screaming for in the line forever, since Roadblock was a glimmer in his daddy's eye, or his uncle's, whoever. Yeah, it's got a lot going for it for the play, and I counted it in play. Tactical, okay. This is a company strength weapon. Bringing it in with one soldier as a troop builder is great, but we're facing a troop builder that's going to have an excessive amount of these if you keep buying them over and over, right? Where is everybody going to be sticking all these 50 cals, and why are they paying for them? It's great to get once, definitely, and that once should be with Roadblock, and you know this. We all know this. So while I appreciate having that, I'm looking long term when I want a second, third, fourth of this soldier. I don't necessarily want the third, fourth. I could definitely take the second of the 50 cal as it is, right? The repeated kit tactically makes a bit of sense, sure. He's got that. He is standard infantry, so he's got his section support weapon and he's got his personal weapon. But of all these modernized things that you're doing, why are we going for this double barrel nonsense gun when what you're reflecting here screams give him a standard M16? You did it with Mutt. Come on, Mutt had a MAC 10 with a silencer for some reason in the 80s. But when you updated him for classified, you gave him an M16 or whatever the variant is now, right? And you gave him a logical weapon. So why did this guy suddenly get, and I know why it is, it's because to keep the cost down, you're using molds you've had, but you used an entire sprue of Big Ben and you had other options. Hell, I would have even, I would have, who else had assault, right? We also had a range Viper came with a variant of this. He would have come with a grenade launcher as a secondary weapon. Stalker came with a variant of this. He came with that pulverizer gun, which Duke has. I got plenty of those, but I mean, it makes more sense than a double barrel machine gun that, I'm not a big fan of this. A single barrel, sure. Double barrel, I'm sorry, guys. I've never experienced nor heard of these in my military career, but is there a country out there that's actually outfitting troops with double barrel guns? I think not. Shotguns I can get, but repeated firing seems excessive. Seems like you're bound to have stoppages out your ass, double feeds. Oh, magazine tension issues. Forget it. No, I don't like that gun whatever. So there's your 0.5 taken off. Another 0.5 I would take off, but I'm just, the gun was enough to prove the point. Eye protection, guys. I'm sorry. It's one of these things. We soldiers really value our eyes. We do ballistic glasses all the time. I think a set of ballistic lenses of some sort either attached to the helmet through a visor, a pull down, perhaps a glasses piece, I don't know, but some sort of eye protection is the one thing that really would have brought this character together beautifully. And I am a big fan of this character, right down to that off-color base. I am very glad I went and picked this one up today and that he came back with me. I look forward to getting him a lot of support and seeing what kind of other heads and configurations all work with this guy. And you know what I love the most about this? And I just noticed it just now. He's got a pencil. He's got a 9mm pencil. And I say it's a 9mm lead because the 7mm leads you will find will not write well without snapping. And the 9mm leads, if you have a field message pad that has the waterproof paper, they write on that really well. So that's why I'm telling you that is a 9mm Stadler or Stadler pencil or whatever company. But that I love little nods like that. As a crew commander and as a patrolling guy, we take a lot of notes in Recce. I love the little patch nods. I wish I knew what all of them were. But this figure. The last grade I gotta give it is the look cool and X factor, right? So we're sitting at 4.5, 4.5. The cool factor, you gotta go hard 5. I'm going hard 5, guys. Picture this how you will. Whatever kit you want to add to it, take away from it, cross over to it, borrow from other areas. What you have here is an amazing troop build, and I know Action Force or Valorverse or whatever, they have characters like this for their troop builds. You know what? That's because modern combat happens in arid climates and everybody does something like this. So I'm not going to compare the apples and the oranges. They're fruit. They taste good. Aside from that, I am a big fan. Need more. Send more Action Soldier. Okay, big brownie points for anybody who get what that reference is actually from, and I'll give you a hint. It's an older, terrible movie. So the look goes 5. So 4.5, 4.5, and 5 on the grade for that one today for the 60th anniversary Action Soldier. And hey guys, like, share, subscribe, grow the algorithm, get up to that 350 contest so I can get onto that 500 contest. And we're gonna just have a little spike the ball celebration dance in my end zone here tonight, as that's my 2 reviews done for the day. Satisfaction levels hit a pretty high area. Yeah, I know he's without his pouches. He's trying to act like he's got nothing, but he knows he's losing his 50 cal to the guy to his left here very shortly. But yeah, that'll do it for reviews today. And I am gonna get on doing some backgrounds. What backgrounds, you ask? Oh, I might be doing more stuff with the Ninja Turtle stuff. Man, they're gonna hate me. Hey, thanks very much, guys. I will catch you on the very next Tactical Perspective for TCCC, my daily stuff. But just a quick heads up, the live for this weekend, I've got a lot of things on the go with my son and with my buddies down on Saturday. I might be pushing that live either to Sunday night, or I might be bringing it forward. For Friday. We'll see how it goes, guys. But if I think it's just going to be too rushed, I'll push that one to Sunday night. Okay. But I'll try and make it so it's earlier and doesn't overlap with any other of the better or other content creators that we are all watching. Okay. All right. Thanks again, guys. We'll see you soon. Bye. Done.